months ago, I stumbled across a random TikTok account who would post the most disgusting food recipes I have ever witnessed. And I honestly thought that was going to be the last time I would have to look at anything like that. But that was until my Discord server started sending me even more atrocious cooking TikToks. And so today I'm reviewing some more cursed TikTok recipes to see what humanity is truly capable of, but also whether they have the potential to actually taste good.
Oh my days, if you need to detox, this chicken and cucumber soup is perfect. Dead simple, blend some cucumber with sparkling water and boil your chicken.
What is cucumber soup? That cannot be a real recipe. Okay, apparently it is, but this looks much better than what was in the TikTok. This version looks like the Grinch's toilet bowl after Taco Bell. No offense to Taco Bell. But also, why is this person using sparkling water to blend it up? Now the cucumber soup is going to be all fizzy. It's like a cucumber soft drink, but it's like a smoothie as well at the same time. Let's have a look at a real recipe for cucumber soup. Wait, look at the recipe. There is no added water at all because the cucumber itself has enough water in it. Also, isn't the entire point of making cucumber soup to be like vegan and like vegan friendly vegetarian instead of having like chicken soup? But instead, this person boils, wait, for some reason, she half boils, half fries the chicken and puts it in the middle of her vegan cucumber soup. What is going on here? This cannot be real. What are you doing to that toaster? This is assault and there is no consent at all because the drumsticks are so thick they don't even fit into the actual like grills. But she says when your grill is broke. Okay, so instead of just packing the chicken away in the fridge and just like having it another day, instead she is so desperate to eat her chicken that she just whips out a toaster and just forcefully shoves it in there. Why can't you just wait for it to like get fixed? Maybe she has like 4 hungry children that need to be fed chicken specifically for some reason. I don't like, wait, why would you need? Okay, anyway. And for some reason she pours 4 entire sticks of butter onto the, wait, why would you do that? And it's not even going to cook on that side at all. Like you only get to cook like a tiny little fraction of the chicken drumstick every single time. So we have the drumstick here, it'll be like this shape. And then the toaster only covers like this much. So this is like 1/6 of it. So this is going to take 6 times longer than just cooking it in a pan or a microwave. You know what? It would most likely be faster if she goes to the store, buys a completely new grill, and then brings it back and cooks it rather than just trying to cook it very slowly on the toaster. And it even starts like smoking. Like that cannot be healthy. If your toaster is smoking, I feel like you just got to pull the plug and just like reset. And when she finally does the first flips of the drumsticks, you can see that absolutely nothing has cooked. You can see the raw meat through it. Like this is the side that was facing downwards before. But I guess eventually it cooks. But like how long do you think, like realistically, how long do you think it took this person to cook these 4 drumsticks? If I had to guess, I would probably assume like maybe at least half an hour. And the thing is, I'm pretty sure like the very inside of the meat is like still raw. Seasoning the butter was insane. Wait, none of the seasoning actually hit the chicken. Look at that. When she removes the butter from the chicken, she removes all of the seasoning that she's just put onto the butter.
Hello guys, how are you this morning? So today in United Kingdom we have got egg for breakfast, steak for breakfast, tomatoes, a Yorkshire, and God knows what that is. It's like a chip, so I thought I'd just go and get a chip. So guys, I got a steak from Iceland, I got my parsnip from Iceland, I got that tin tomatoes from the Co-op, I got those for 49p in Morrison's, those Yorkshire puddings, and then I got 6 eggs for $3.99.
What in the brain damage is going on here? So she says breakfast in bed in the UK, but okay, this is not her bed. So she runs us through her breakfast, and we have the eggs over here, which is like, wait, it's just on the stove. There's no pan at all, and you can see like only the bit that touched the hot stove got cooked. Half of it is raw. Like the yolk and everything is still raw. How is she gonna remove it as well? Like, is she just gonna eat it straight off the stove? You know what? I wouldn't be surprised if she did that. But at that point, you may as well have just put a plate on the stove and just cracked an egg onto the plate, because I'm pretty sure the plate can withstand the heat. So you should have done that instead. Honestly, like that would have been a decent idea. Then we have the steak for breakfast, and yeah, you can see over here, it's very obviously like rock solid frozen, and she's just cooking it straight on the stove without even like attempting to defrost it first. So that means the outside is going to be burnt and the inside is just going to be frozen like an icy pole. Because the reason why you can tell it's frozen is that like it shouldn't usually be steaming like that, and you can see like there's like frost on the outside as well. Or maybe it's mold, because wait, it doesn't actually look that frozen, honestly. Like if you look at it here, that doesn't look that frozen. So maybe this white thing over here is just mold. That is actually even worse. That's even worse than eating a frozen steak. And then she has a singular chip over here. Okay, why? Then we have the chopped tomato tin directly on the stove for 69p. Surely the supermarket could have like used that as an excuse to just price it as like 79p instead of like 69p, because then they can make like an extra 10 cents and then just like avoid having a 69 joke in their store. But anyways, who eats chopped tomatoes for breakfast anyways? Like if we forget that this is like directly on the stove, like what if it was cooked like in a normal place? Who eats chopped tomatoes for breakfast like this? And by the time she's finished going through the entire breakfast, the egg is just completely evaporated. There's like no egg left. And then 30 seconds later, yeah, the egg is completely gone. Like everything that was on there before is just gone. Does the egg taste better without the pan? Honestly, like there's a chance that it might. Like let's just have a look. Her dirty stovetop probably seasons the egg. But I mean, UK food is like honestly so bland that I would probably take the dirty stovetop seasoning rather than just have it bland.
You have to try indoor barbecue chicken. The weather's as grim as it is here, but you're in a barbecue mood. This is what you have to do. Obviously, you need to make sure your chicken is nice and clean. You don't want to get rabies. Get your hob on full and lay down your breast. Listen to that sizzle. It's going to get nice and charred on here, and you'll get that mouth-watering barbecue flavour. Keep flipping it quick to get some black bits on your chip. That'll do the trick. Once you're happy that it's smoky enough, get the chicken off and put your sides on. I'm going with onion rings. It's an American barbecue classic. Wow, look how good this looks. The perfect summer meal. Perfectly cooked chicken with a delicious char grilled taste. I'm never barbecuing outside again.
Bro, what do you mean by indoor barbecue? And look at the chicken. That is raw. That is salmonella. It's burnt on the outside and raw on the inside. Do you not see that? But anyways, this guy just grabs his raw stovetop and lays a chicken breast, a raw chicken breast on top of it. Isn't that like kind of dangerous? Like if you like knock the gas stuff or something? Also, what if it sets on fire completely? How are you meant to remove it? Like can't that start like a house fire or something? And they're saying that they want to do an indoor barbecue instead of like doing an outdoor barbecue. But isn't using a frying pan technically an indoor barbecue? Like what's the difference? Like really? Like what is actually the difference? Like I guess an outdoor barbecue you get like that flame grill, char grill flavor. But does that really make a difference? Honestly, like does it taste any different cooking food in a frying pan as opposed to barbecuing it? Because can't you just like burn it like intentionally with the frying pan if you want that char grill flavor? But why is this guy washing the chicken with detergent? Is that wait, that's not how you wash chicken, is it? Does anyone wash chicken like that with detergent? Like I get that it would like make it super clean and everything, but at the same time it would make it taste like detergent, like soap. Or maybe it's olive oil. You know, I'm just gonna assume that it's olive oil, and I'm just gonna ignore all of the soap bubbles that are in the water. I'm just gonna say, okay, it's olive oil, okay? But I mean, to be fair, it's like it's cooking pretty well. It actually looks pretty decent. Like it looks like a barbecue. Okay, what is this frame? I think he knocked the cap of the stove. So I guess this is the danger of using like an indoor barbecue. The only issue is that you have the chicken just sticking to the stovetop as you rip it off. And so I guess that's why we use pans. Like we use non-stick pans specifically. But I wonder whether there is like an attachment that will make like an indoor barbecue, because I think there is probably some sort of invention that allows you to use like the flame grilled sort of thingy, but do it inside using your own stovetop. Yeah, there is. You can see, look at this. So you can get an attachment like this, for example, that lets the flame go through underneath, and then it has like a grill on the top. So why don't you just use one of these instead? Anyways, once the chicken is done, he does not stop here. He even goes and puts onion rings onto the stove for some reason. And half of them are burnt, like this completely disintegrated. Like you see these little black things, those used to be like full onion rings, but they're just completely disintegrated. And then the other half of the onion rings are just completely raw. They haven't even changed color. It's still green. Wendy's UK. Thought I was watching our competitor's TikTok for a second. Looks just like theirs. What? Wait, who is the competitor? So nice of you to compliment KFC. Oh, okay, KFC. That's a cracker, Wendy's UK.
あーふわふわ普通にこのまま食えそうこれでもうまそうなんかいい感じにパラパラあー肉はまだ腐ってない卵いらないか、あ、ネギあったネギ完成
The concerning thing is that this does not look that bad. Like, it looks like a proper meal. And so that means any meal that you were served could have had this preparation method. Because the guy opens up his rice cooker, which he probably hasn't done for a few months, and he finds this white fluffy stuff. And maybe he thinks it's like cotton candy, like fairy floss and that. But this is 100% mold. This is beyond mold. This is like a certain type of like fungus. This had to have taken like years to develop. Like, there's no way you get this in like a few weeks. So I assume what happened is that he cooked some rice one day for a meal, and he didn't even bother to clean it. He just left all the rice in there. And then we had some mold just growing, just feasting on the rice. And then now it's all in here, ready for consumption. And so he takes it out as if there's nothing bad about it, and he even touches it with his hands. I would not do that. Touching mold might cause dermatitis or a small reaction on your skin. But instead, this guy just collects it up as if it's oh my god, man. It honestly looks like fairy floss. Like, what do you guys call it? Cotton candy. And so instead of making a fresh batch of rice, this guy decides to clean the moldy rice. And he pumps soap directly into the pot. I've never seen this method before. Maybe this is like an ancient like Japanese method. Because usually we just wash rice with like water, and then that's it. You should never wash rice with soap, as soap is not safe for consumption and can cause stomach upset. What is stomach upset? What? Rice can cause stomach upset. Does Google Gemini have brain damage or something? Anyways, this guy washes the rice with soap so much that it's just completely soapy. It looks all mushy. It even looks like porridge. And then after rinsing it out, he drains it, and it honestly looks like pretty normal for some reason, like concerningly. Like, it looks pretty normal. Like, maybe it's safe for, actually, no, it's not safe for consumption at all. But then he finds some random piece of meat in his fridge. What is this fridge? Oh my, you know what? I doubt this fridge is even like operating. I don't think there's even like power attached to the fridge. I'm pretty sure he's just using the fridge as like a cabinet or something, because there is no way this thingy is going to be cooling food. And why is it so dirty as well? Like, I wouldn't be surprised if all the vegetables in there like had mold on it as well. But anyways, he manages to find a piece of, is this tuna? Or maybe it's pork. I don't even know what this is. He finds some sort of meat and he just cuts it up and he just puts it into the rice. So I guess maybe like cooking the rice like this in a stir fry, maybe it gets rid of the germs, like, you know, you're like burning the germs and everything. But then he also finds this random leaf, like this twig. What is this? Is this lemongrass? He finds something in the fridge and he just chucks it. Wait, what is he? He's not even going to bother cutting it. So he just chucks it in there and I guess it adds some flavor. Maybe it protects him from getting food poisoning. Then he proceeds to pour half the bottle of pepper. Did anyone see that? Look how much pepper he's putting in. But anyways, this is the final product. He pours half of the meat off the table and then he consumes the rest that made it onto the plate. Isn't old rice crazy dangerous, especially when stored at room temperature? I mean, I wouldn't be concerned about like the actual rice itself. I would be more concerned about the fact that he cooked it with mold on it.
My cousin Rupert's mac and cheese recipe is the absolute goat. It combines so many great flavors and is bound to please any crowd. This is the best way I've had pasta in months. Seriously though, massive props to my cousin Rupert. He invented this recipe before being arrested for tax fraud last year. Once it's all been boiling away for a good hour and the sauce is getting nice and melty cheesy, you're going to want to get it all in a dish for the microwave. We're going to absolutely hammer that thing with radiation for 10 of the king's minutes. What an incredible meal, and with so little effort.
This is mac and cheese. This is really mac and cheese. We're making mac and cheese with, is this linguine or is this spaghetti? We're making spaghetti and cheese. But first of all, half of the spaghetti didn't even make it into the pot. Step one was to pour half of the spaghetti outside of the pot. But anyways, once again, this guy's just washing the chicken with hand soap. Is this safe? Wait, I'm pretty sure you're not even meant to wash chicken at all, because they're saying if you wash raw chicken, you can splash bacteria onto like other things in the kitchen. Yeah, isn't there like a thing where like you're not meant to wash your turkey? There's like a debate like whether you should wash your turkey or not. But anyways, let's just check out the ingredients. So this guy has like 12 slabs of like American cheese and he just chucks that into the pot with the spaghetti that he just completely missed the pot with. Then he puts his chicken breast in it. Wait, without even cutting it up. I guess maybe it adds like flavor. It's like a soup sort of stock flavor. But then he also adds 2 rashers of bacon. Okay, so we have pork, chicken, cheese, and noodles. But then for some reason, he adds pineapple slices in juice, hand-picked. And he even pours the juice into the mixture. He doesn't even bother to just drain the pineapple juice elsewhere into like a different pot. Instead, he just pours everything into the same pot. Wait, so this is like a Hawaiian pizza, but like mac and cheese. Because we have the bacon, we have the pineapple, but we don't have the pizza. Instead, we have chicken and noodles and cheese. And the cheese is not even like melting into a sauce. Like, I think what it was meant to do was like mix the water and the cheese into like a thick cheesy sauce. But instead, we have a blob of half melted cheese and we have a pot full of, what is this, milky water. Also, what is this guy saying in the narration? He's saying that his cousin Rupert taught him this recipe before he got arrested and sent to jail for tax evasion. But anyways, after boiling the mixture for a bit, I guess the cheese ends up melting into the sauce, but it looks very pale. Not that there's anything wrong with being pale, but like the sauce should be like very dark, because it should be like nice and thick. It should be a thick cheesy sauce, but it looks very like watery. This is not mac and cheese, is it? But I guess his solution to this is to put it all in a glass container with the sauce and everything, and he's gonna evaporate it by putting it into the microwave just to thicken the sauce up a little bit. But why does he say we gotta hammer that mac and cheese with radiation for 10 of the king's minutes? Like, what is going on with this guy? Bro, why did you break the pasta? Wait, you watched this entire TikTok and the only thing that bothered you was the fact that he broke the pasta? You saw him pour an entire can of pineapple into this pot and the only thing you're worried about was him breaking the pasta?
Oh, you really cooked me up something good. What is that, an onion?
Does this guy want to get divorced? Like, is this a strategy? Is this like the new meta of how to like speedrun divorce speedrun? Because first of all, you've gone to the effort of preparing your entire kitchen. You've got the flour there. You've even prepared the eggs. You've beaten the eggs as well. And I also wouldn't be surprised if you also beat your wife later tonight just by the way you treat her. But you've also got the cereal here and you have the orange juice and some bread over there ready to go. And so you have your wife's panties and you just put it into the egg in order to coat it with like the flour. But you could have used like anything. You could have used bacon. You could have used steak, pork, pork. Okay, look at this. Underwear costs $35 for a whatever the pack this is, and then minced beef costs $11. It would have been much cheaper if you just bought meat instead of just buying like underwear. Also, the meat would be edible at least. But anyways, for some reason, this guy decides it's a good idea to coat it in, is this Fruit Loops? And he deep fries it as well. Like, hey, first of all, why are we deep frying something that is being coated in Fruit Loops? And second of all, why are we deep frying someone else's underwear? But when he takes it out of the oil, it's all crisp up. It's like holding its shape and everything. It's not moving at all because it's all like nice and crispy now. But to be fair, he does a pretty good job at like disguising it within the sandwich. And so I don't blame the wife for like not being able to like immediately identify what it was. But I'm surprised she wasn't able to bite through it because like wouldn't it be like all crispy and crunchy? And also, what if it was like used underwear as well? You know what? I wouldn't mind. It depends whose underwear it belongs to, you know? If it was like freshly used and it was like somewhat like, okay, actually now that I think about it, this isn't like that bad, honestly. I think I could do this. I think I could consume this. You could have saved so many lives so many lives with this food by giving it to Africa or any other countries that are starving. Like, it's not funny. Okay, I don't mean to be rude, but like, do you really think a kid in Africa would want to eat someone else's deep fried underwear?
Today we are making a Chinese Coca-Cola curry. So we've got a chicken from Farm Food, add some oil, skinny noodles, hill of rice, I've got that from Farm Food. Now we add in the Coca-Cola. And then you give it a good old mix. Have you ever tried Coca-Cola chicken from Chinese, guys? And then we've got some hot stuff, like myself. So this is for me and my neighbour. Oh God. Oh no.
Wait, hold up. Did she just poo her pants? Did anybody hear that? I think she farted and then she just stopped all of a sudden. I'm 99% sure she just pooed her pants. But I'm also not surprised at all, which is a little bit sad. But anyways, to get back to the point, she's saying she's making Coca-Cola chicken, Chinese Coca-Cola chicken. But is that even like a real dish? Like, I've never heard of that before and I'm Chinese. Okay, apparently it's a real thing. What? How have I not heard of this? Wait, and it looks pretty normal. Wait, what? Why would you make this with Coca-Cola? It's chicken wings braised in a broth made of Coca-Cola. Okay, can you get this out of my screen? Braised in a broth made of Coca-Cola, soy sauce, aromatics, and spices. But wait, why would you use Coca-Cola? Why can't you just use like brown sugar or something? Anyways, let's have a look at this person's rendition of Coca-Cola chicken. So we have frozen cooked chicken breast dice from Sierra. Okay, it looks pretty dry and disgusting. Then she adds some oil to the pan, to the pot, and she uses her entire jug of oil. Why does she need that much oil? Then it looks like we have some like glass, like vermicelli noodles, like long glass noodles. Then we have some pilau. What is pilau? Is this rice? Wait, but look at that. It's all swimming in the oil. There is so much oil in there and it's not even hot yet. Wait, also, why would you pour the oil in after the chicken? And also, why would you pour it in without heating it up? Because ideally, you would pour the oil in first, wait for it to heat up, and you would also try to defrost your chicken, ideally, and then pour the chicken in, and then, okay, what is going on? But I guess the final ingredient is to add the Coca-Cola, so she just pours a can of Coke into the mixture. Is this it? That would taste disgusting. Wait, this is not Coca-Cola chicken. How is this anything similar to this? But then she adds some hot sauce to the mix, and okay, you know what? This probably explains why she pooped her pants. She probably had too much of this, and then, okay, it probably got let loose. But anyways, when she eats the actual food, she doesn't even say anything about it. She just eats it in silence, and she doesn't even review it or not. She doesn't even say whether it's good or bad. And so I assume most likely it probably tastes like horrendous. It probably is horrendously bad. Why is no one talking about the back stretch with the oil-coated tongs? Wait, the back scratch? Wait, look at that. She gets the oil-coated tongs, she puts it inside her shirt, she scratches her back. Wait, don't tell me she puts it back in. No. Okay, she mixes it up. Okay, what is this?
Turkey dinner.
Does this guy want to die? Like, does this guy honestly want to die? Why would he do this to himself? Why would he ask his friends to make him this? But also, what is this method? Like, I've never seen this cooking method before. Because first of all, the main chef, he grabs a shovel out of the fridge. He passes it off to the sous chef. The sous chef then digs out a dead chicken, a dead frozen chicken from the ground, perfectly in packaging. Then we chuck it off to the main chef again, who does some NFL style run. He tackles some random gooner. And then in order to defrost the chicken, we chuck it into the microwave. And then we marinate the chicken with blue Gatorade. Is this blueberry blueberry Gatorade, that would taste disgusting. It's a little bit concerning when you can't even figure out what flavor, like, the blue one is. What is it? Is it blueberry? Is it lemon? What is it? It just says Blue Bolt, and there's nothing on the packet either. Because the other ones say grape, lemon, lime, tropical, but the blue one is just Blue Bolt. What is this? Water, sucrose, glucose, food, acids, blah, 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 flavor, color, flavor. Yeah, but what flavor is it? Okay, so the chicken is gonna end up tasting like some random mystery flavor, and we even boil it in the blue Gatorade. We cook it, we boil it in. Okay, what is going on? Meanwhile, the main chef starts to randomly assault a cereal box. I think he's a little bit schizophrenic, maybe. Then after soaking the cereal in milk, we use it to create a salad. We get sliced carrots and some celery, and we use a potato masher to mash it all up into a nice salad. Oh, we use our hands now, and we even add mayonnaise to the mix. Okay, that looks like someone vomited all over it. But then they tried to salvage it by just spamming a bunch of like spices into it. I don't know whether that's gonna save it. But then to work on their next side dish, they do it by assaulting a packet of Lay's chips, and they blend it with water and peppers, and these chili peppers, and then this enables them to create their own mashed potato from scratch. But they don't stop there. They put the whole thing with the spoon. You see the spoon, the metal spoon. They put the whole thing inside the microwave, and it starts sparking because of the metal spoon. You're not meant to put metal spoons inside the microwave. But anyways, we get our first look at the blue chicken since it's been boiled, and it looks extremely, like, even more blue for some reason. Somehow it's become even more blue. And they stuffed the salad inside. Okay, wait, maybe it wasn't salad. Maybe it was just stuffing. They stuffed the cereal salad inside of the chicken, and they put it into the oven for some reason. But then to top it off, they just chucked the entire jug of, what is this? Is it, cranberry sauce? We don't have this. But anyways, the guy cannot finish the entire thing. He tries, but yeah, he can't do it. And honestly, I don't blame him. Like, I would not even attempt to eat this. 0.57 average British interaction. Wait, what happened at 57 seconds? Oh, okay, I think he got stabbed. Okay, yeah. That's a cracker.